What's happening, YouTube? It's Simon 466 Cards today with a short bonus episode following up on the video I made last time about the owner of Beckett, or more accurately, the owner of the conglomerate that owns Beckett. His name is Greg Lindberg. He is in a lot of trouble. He is, you can see, convicted of trying to bribe officials again. You can see here there's a couple of articles. He's also got a creditor that owes him, or that he owes $600 million. I've talked about that last episode. That is not what this episode is about. Well, it's sort of. It's actually something else that our friend Greg here is doing that I just thought was really, in its own way, very brilliant, but also just amazing. So if you go to his Wikipedia page and you scroll down, there's a little section here about his self-help and health projects. Following his initial incarceration and release, he released a memoir where he talked about personal resilience. Thereafter, he began promoting self-help and dieting techniques. The interesting part about this is, if you look at all the stuff that's been happening recently, right? This article is from May 15th of him being convicted. This one is, and that was the Wall Street Journal. This one is from May 20th. Update on him. This creditor thing is from June 5th, 2024. When you Google Greg Lindberg, that again is his name, Greg Lindberg, and you look in the news section, what happens is a lot of these news articles are now diluted because of other things that come up when you Google his name. So when you click on this link here, Lifelong Labs, Greg Lindberg reveals how fasting can reduce movement disorder and Parkinson's symptoms. And this is his article because, remember, he is now also a self-help and dieting person and does other stuff. And so you can see he's releasing this article on June the 7th. So you'd think he'd be busy dealing with his $600 million that he owes to this creditor, his recent conviction on bribery charges, but he's releasing these press releases couple weeks after all this happened, and it's him. He's a successful entrepreneur, transformed more than 100 companies, blah 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 blah. Like, this is the same guy. And so when you do a search in the news on Google for his name, all of a sudden you just don't see bribery charges, federal charges, all that type of news that you would expect to see. You now see stuff about fasting on his name. You see if you scroll down here, these are all news releases, right? Like, this is a press release from Globe Newswire. You can see it's an official press release. And so if you look at it, what shows up when you Google his name, it's all of these things about sharing the benefits of daily advocacy, or whatever this is. Lifelong Lab shares effective exercises. Again, these are all, this is a Yahoo Finance article, interspersed between articles about his financial and criminal proceedings. And so you can see here, it shares his favorite classic books for inspiration and timeless wisdom. It's like you can see this one is from 2 weeks ago. So this is May 22nd, is when he shares the secrets to running effective meetings to boost productivity. Maybe focus on your conviction on bribery that just happened a week ago. And so what it seems like is happening is our friend Greg is releasing or sending out press releases and putting articles into Yahoo Finance that makes it harder to find out that he is a convicted criminal and all the other stuff that he's doing. And that's why I think it's kind of low-key brilliant, because Greg Lindberg is not a household name unless you are involved with some of this stuff. And so it makes it harder to find out all the bad news that's happening about him by him just continuing to send out these press releases. You can see here, this is from a month ago. This is from a month ago, April 29th. This is from May 9th. Like, he's sending these out every single week. This is from 2 weeks ago with Yahoo Finance, May 24th. Like, he just keeps on doing this so that it makes it harder to find out the news on him when you Google his name. So I just thought that was brilliant in its own sort of way. And it's smart to basically spam Google searches. Like, I don't know how to best describe this, but I've never seen this done before. But, like, sure, he's trying to help the world with his health and wellness and self-help articles, but, like, I think these press releases are just to obscure the fact that he is been found guilty in a bribery and fraud retrial. Instead of some of this other stuff where he announces new transformational anti-aging program and latest book from December 2023, like his plan to live forever, like all this stuff, he just keeps on pumping out stuff, articles and press releases to obscure the fact that he's now going to be a convicted felon. So I just thought that was really interesting. Anyways, back to regularly scheduled programming. My article or my video coming out on Wednesday will be about how Beckett can be saved. What is the path to saving Beckett is more complicated than you would think, but there is a path, and that's what the next video is about. But I thought this is like a little behind the scenes extra video about, in some ways, Greg Lundberg's genius. Anyways, thank you as always for listening and watching. I'll talk to you all soon. Cheers.